All right, top focus is the curious case of a possible U-turn in terms of strategy when it comes down to the Aam Aadmi Party vis-a-vis protesting farmers. A late-night crackdown, which has been happening for the last couple of days, resulted in a big crackdown on farmers protesting at the Punjab-Haryana borders. The side which belongs to Punjab till now was completely undisturbed. Since February last year, where at least 500 farmers were squatting there. However, the Punjab government and the Punjab police cracked down last night. Lots of farmers were detained. 2 farm protest sites were cleared overnight by over 3,000 police personnel and multiple JCBs. The Punjab government claims the farmers' protest is hurting the state's economy, while the opposition accuses the Aam Aadmi Party government of hypocrisy in the Kisan cause.
High drama at the Punjab-Haryana borders. At least 500 to 700 farmers detained in a late-night crackdown. Tens of farmers protesting since February last year bulldozed. Dharnas at the Shambhu and Khanori borders uprooted swiftly by 3,000 security personnel and multiple JCBs.
जो उनके स्ट्रक्चर्स थे रहने के लिए, उनको आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह बुलडोजर जो हैं वो गिरा रहे हैं ताकि इस हाईवे को क्लियर किया जा सके और इस हाईवे पे दोबारा जो है कम्यूटर्स ट्रैवल कर सकें.
Farmer leaders like Jagjit Singh Dallewal, who were fasting for the Kisan cause, were also detained. The Punjab government cracked down on unsuspecting farmers soon after the protesters held talks with the centre.
ऐसे ऐसे मार के ना हमारा ट्रैली तोड़ दिया, ट्रैक्टर तोड़ दिया, हमारा बहुत धक्का करे हमारे से. ये भगवंत मान सरकार के वास्ते ठीक नहीं है. इसको जड़ पट दिया ना भगवंत मान को. अगली बार इसको एक वोट भी नहीं कोई देगा जिम्मेदार.
साढ़ा लाखों रुपए का नुकसान करता है. कौन भरपाई करेगा? ये सरकार करेगी.
The state border, once swarmed with farmers, is now empty.
The last blocks being moved away by Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab. Many would see this as a very unpopular move, especially acting against the farmer.
The late-night crackdown on farmers put the spotlight on the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab, which had backed the Kisan cause earlier. Now, Bhagwant Mann government defends the crackdown, claiming that the protests harmed Punjab's economy.
तो किसान भाइयों को बार-बार रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि आप धरना करो, प्रोटेस्ट करो, पर लेकिन नेशनल हाईवे ना रोको.
The Mann government says farmers should take their protests to Delhi.
सही जगह मांग करने की तो केंद्र सरकार है, या वो दिल्ली में करे या कहीं पे भी करे, जहां से केंद्र सरकार उनकी बातों को सुने, समझे और उत्तर दे. पंजाब में वहां पर रास्ता रोक के रखने से किसानों को ही नुकसान है.
Aam Aadmi Party U-turn led to backlash from the Congress, the Akali Dal and the BJP.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੰਡਦੇ ਹੋ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਤੇ ਦਿਹਾਤੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਪਿੰਡੂਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੰਡ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਬਰਾਬਰ.
एक साजिश के तहत पूरी किसानी पे हमला पंजाब में किया जा रहा है. बड़ी फौजें वहां खड़ी कर दी हैं. किसानों की पीठ में छुरा फूंका जा रहा है. किसानी को मारा जा रहा है.
Leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi joined protests outside Parliament over the Punjab government's crackdown on the farmers.
ये कांग्रेस हो चाहे आप पार्टी हो, कब क्या बोलती है, कब क्या नहीं बोलती है, कभी एक हो जाते हैं, कभी दूर हो जाते हैं. इनका कोई सिद्धांत नहीं है. ये कभी नहीं चाहते हैं कि किसान का भला हो.
The farmers are now threatening wider protests against Bhagwant Mann, crying betrayal. But so far, the Chief Minister remains silent on the late-night crackdown. With Kamaljeet Sandhu, Asim Bassi, Aman Bhardwaj, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, one thing that cannot be missed, which we touched upon earlier, has been the classic U-turn that the Aam Aadmi Party has taken on their strategy on how to deal with farmers. The same Aam Aadmi Party, the same Bhagwant Mann, who till about 6 months ago, viewers, was a mediator between the Punjab government and the centre, today has turned an aggressor from a mediator, cracking down on farmers. Why so? We are just giving you how the Aam Aadmi Party has changed its stance. In 2020, the Aam Aadmi Party clearly backed the farm protest, calling them that they were the Annadata, and suddenly how have they turned Andolan Jeevi? In 2020, you had the Aam Aadmi Party attacking the centre on mistreating our farmers. And today, the Aam Aadmi Party Punjab government has gone ahead and dismantled the tents which were there for a year. So what has really led to this huge turnaround? Many would suggest it's an impending election in Ludhiana, by polls of Ludhiana as well. But not just this, the Aam Aadmi Party seemingly, many would suggest, following the BJP playbook. Nothing to do with farmers. But if you look at the use of bulldozers as well, the Punjab police bulldozed 2-story houses of drug peddlers, something which we have seen, or visuals that we have seen play out in Uttar Pradesh. Visuals that have been questioned right by the Supreme Court, because now there is a ban on using bulldozers. Having said that, you had the Aam Aadmi Party also roll bulldozers on the houses of alleged drug mafia members. And there have been multiple instances. We're just giving you out the list of instances. So somewhere down the line, is the Aam Aadmi Party taking the lead from the BJP playbook? Some questions pertaining to the farm protests that we want to pose. Are farmers losing people's sympathy? Because many suggest this is internal feedback that is coming in from cities like Ludhiana in Punjab, suggesting that there is a loss of business and one needs to take away. The blot, which many suggest, is because of the constant buns by farmers. The other question that we ask, from placative to crackdown, why is there a big shift in the Punjab government strategy? Number 3, Ludhiana by polls. Is that the main reason for the Aam Aadmi Party government action? And have governments somewhere down the line failed to deliver on promises to farmers? Because the farmers that are still squatting were promised a certain deliverance by the centre that has not been delivered, and they are still protesting. Are successive governments, though, losing patience with farmers? And ultimately, does India lack a cohesive agriculture policy? We cut across right now to our panelists this evening: Ravneet Singh Brar, National Spokesperson, BKU Khadyan segment; Dr. Sunny Singh Ahluwalia, Spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party; Smith Singh Maan, Spokesperson, Congress; Maheshinder Singh Grewal, Senior President and Spokesperson, Shiromani Akali Dal. I want to begin with the unit that is one of the various units which are going to now try and scale up protests, Ravneet Singh Brar. Ravneet Singh Brar, what really happened as per the farmers? Why the crackdown?
Thank you, ma'am. Let me start with something like action speaks louder than words. Earlier, our government used to say that we will provide MSP to farmers within 5 minutes of coming to government. But it's been 3 years. We were protesting on the borders of this Haryana state, but we were not blocking the highways or the national highways. We were sitting on one side of the national highway. The road was blocked by the administration and by the police forces from the Haryana side. We have never blocked the road. The other thing, the Aam Aadmi government in Punjab promised us that we will be the bridge between farmers and the central government. And we will always be there to fulfill your demands, whatever demands it will be with our government, the government of Punjab. But what really happened yesterday? It was totally the thing which we never expected. The meeting was called, our leaders went there, and when they were heading back, it was a backstab, I think, because we were not expecting that they will do something like this. The government, which was chosen by many farmers of the Punjab, who has voted for this government, but what they did backstabbing yesterday. And the demands earlier, there was a demand, 18 demand chartered, which we came. SKM came to Chandigarh, but it was blocked, and our leaders were arrested earlier also. And this is the second time it is happening. So what government is conveying that we want to win Ludhiana election at any cost. We don't want any farmers protest there. So this was the strategy, and that's why the breakdown, what all it happened yesterday.
All right. So basically what you're saying, Mr. Brar, is there is a by-election in Ludhiana, which the Aam Aadmi Party is desperate to win. Ludhiana is an industrial unit area. There are lots of traders. They have asked that the roads be opened because somewhere down the line business is being impacted, and if the action is not taken against farmers, then the Aam Aadmi Party will not get the votes. Dr. Sunny Singh Ahluwalia, that is what the charge is, and many would suggest what happened. 6 months ago, you had your Chief Minister Bhagwant Singh Mann who said, I am going to be the mediator for farmers. Today, he's the aggressor. He's cracking down on the same farmers he wanted to mediate for. Number one. Number two, Dr. Sunny Singh Ahluwalia, in 2020, you have the Aam Aadmi Party who says, where else will the farmers go? Public areas are meant for squatting, are meant for protest. Occupying public space is what protest is really all about. And today you're saying, why are they protesting on the national highway? They should go to Delhi. Why the U-turn, sir?
So Preeti, thank you very much for giving me the time on your channel. First of all, I want to make clear that these all demands of farmers are from the central government, not from the state government. Yes, Sardar Bhagwant Singh Mann on the very first day of forming the government said, we will fight for the farmers, we will talk to the central government, and we will, whatever their demands are, we will try to fulfill their demands. Now, coming upon the Ravneet Barad sir and what you were trying to say that it has some relation with the Ludhiana election, it has no relation with Ludhiana election. We requested many times to the farmer unions and that you should not block the national highway, which is the aorta of our, Punjab. It is the national highway from two sides. It is blocked. So we tried to, negotiate with them many times. Because there are many organizations in Punjab, out of that SKM, Suyukt Kisan Morcha, the Rajyapal Sahab and the Ugraha Sahab has always said that we are not going to block the routes. Right now on the channel, the SKM representative, they are trying to say that we are sitting on the side. No, they were sitting on the side, but they are also sitting on the main road. Their all tents which has been removed are on the right on the national highway. The area has been cleaned and now the Shambhu border is open for entry and exit to Punjab. Yes, you can say that demands which they are telling are from the center. The MSP which was promised by the central government has not been fulfilled. The 3 black laws which was taken back now has been brought into the circulation through the different policy which was rejected in Vidhan Sabha by the Aam Aadmi Party government. We are here because of farmers. There is no doubt about it. We know what the farmers have done for India, how the football, the capital, the Punjab has given the wheat, given the rice at the right time. But at the same time, we have to see how we can hold a protest, but not harming the entry and exit, not harming the lifeline of Punjab. So we requested them many times.
Okay.
But after the request, when things were
But
not...
Mr. Ahluwalia, before I go to the other spokesperson, it was exactly the same spot that they were holding for the last 1 year. So nothing really had changed. So why suddenly the action? Because 1 year when they were holding the same space, the Chief Minister wanted to be their mediator. The Chief Minister stood by them shoulder to shoulder. What made him cross the line and be the aggressor now?
Definitely, Preeti ji, Chaudhary madam, if for a long time the talks were not getting cleared up, we tried to negotiate before also to clear the major roads of Punjab. We never said that your protest is not, it is not viable, it is legislative. The protest, we are living in a democratic country and everybody has right to protest. But that doesn't mean that normal people is affecting lives of traders or normal people who are entering Punjab. We cannot let this happen. So after repeated request by the Chief Minister of Punjab, when there was no solution coming out, then we have to take this hard step. Though we definitely say that we stand with the farmers, we are here for farmers. No firing. It was very peaceful, and we hope that these negotiations and the talks will continue with the center and with the farmers association, but they will not let to block the main roads.
All right. I want to bring in Smit Singh Mann because the Congress right now, you had Rahul Gandhi who protested outside Parliament on the action that the Aam Aadmi Party took on farmers. Because Smit Singh Mann, what you are alleging and your party is alleging is a nexus between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party.
See, the Aam Aadmi Party is a master of U-turn. They started as a political party for protest. They started as a political party born out of protest. And today they are basically what they have done is they have destroyed people's home, makeshift homes. They have taken their properties away. They have backstabbed people who they have called for negotiation. I think nobody does that. In the history of the world, it would be rare evil emperors who would have do that. call someone for negotiation, arrest them while they're on their way back, destroy their shelters. See, Aam Aadmi Party is the first political party in India to notify the 3 black laws. They notified them in Delhi, then they joined the farmers' protest, they U-turned there. The Aam Aadmi Party, Brad Saab will agree with me, their minister said before the election 2022 that हम चुटकी मार के MSP दे देंगे और हम सब फसलों पे MSP दे देंगे 5 मिनट में MSP उनका दावा था कितने साल हो गए so that MSP has not happened so that चुटकी मार MSP has not happened the Aam Aadmi Party has continuously been lying to the people of Punjab to the people of India see the road was closed by the Haryana and Punjab administration they were trying to make the image of the farmers bad in front of the people of Punjab there was a large conspiracy going on first what happened in 2024 elections, they let the farmers sit there. They spoke to the Haryana government. A Punjabi person was shot by the Haryana government. No action has been taken on that. The bullets were fired there. Then the road was closed by both administrations. The image was built that the rural Punjab votes against the BJP seeing this protest. That feeling was created in the whole of state. Once AAP benefited from that, they tried. They got only 3 seats. Congress got 7 seats. Because they were trying to fool people, they couldn't fool people. Then the panchayat elections happened. They tried to take benefit in that. And now when the urban elections are coming and the Ludhiana elections are coming, what they're trying, they have actually made the people of urban Punjab feel they have divided Punjab into 2 parts. This has never happened. The first time this is happening, they made people feel that they are not safe in the state. See, grenade blasts are happening every day here. A week ago, an army colonel was beaten up, and now farmers are beaten up. What is the message we are giving? That this is all happening in Aam Aadmi Party government.
Mahishinder Singh Grewal, the charge is also that, like the Congress, the Shiromani Akali Dal wants to politically exploit the current situation. Ultimately, the point is that people are suffering, and that is why the protest can continue. But Punjab is getting a bad name of being the state of only protests.
No, Preeti, this is not correct. I take 2 minutes and I will explain everything. Hardly the movement was started when the 3 laws were made and the farmers were termed as terrorists, Khalistanis and anti-national. But that was not the end of the story. Now the Aam Aadmi representative sitting here, the gentleman saying that they are against the blocking of the roads. I would like to remind him that Mr. Kejriwal, even as a chief minister, has put a dharna on Janpath against the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi for 2 days. As a chief minister, he sat on the road and blocked that road. Now the third thing is, they supported this farmer movement. Next is, the matter when came to Supreme Court, the Punjab government filed an affidavit in the Supreme Court that it's not the farmers, that the government of Haryana who has blocked the highway. Now the gentleman is saying that we just wanted to clear the highway. Unfortunate part of this, that since morning, every AAP representative is saying that business was suffering, small businessmen was suffering, the industry was suffering. Gentlemen, tell the people of state why you kept quiet for 13 months. Why one fine evening when you call them for a meeting, it's a murder of democracy. You detain them and then take action. It is unheard in a democracy. And next thing I want to clear it to you, it may not be taken politically. The talk of the town, since I am belonging to Ludhiana and I'm based in Ludhiana West and I contested Ludhiana West, that BJP and AAP has joined hands, but the condition of BJP is that Punjab AAP has to distance itself from Delhi Aam Aadmi Party. It is, you rightly said, that they are following the Punjab UP in drug matter. Preeti, last thing I want to tell. Preeti, I just want to tell last thing. You can believe their truth. They filed an affidavit in the High Court in the matters of the demolitions, what they claim as they are doing for the drug peddlers. No, they have submitted an affidavit in the High Court that it has nothing to do with drugs. These are the unauthorized constructions for which the local bodies have already initiated action. You can trust them. They file the affidavit and then tell lies, and they are surpassed even Goebbels. They feel that people are fool, and when they will lie 100 times, people will start
Okay.
it believing as it.
All right, I'll come back to you, Mr. Brar. I want to bring you back in, but right before that, just I want to bring back, because it's a 3 against 1, I want to bring in Dr. Sunny Singh Ahluwalia back, because there are a lot of questions. Mr. Ahluwalia, you had Mr. Brar say that you have backstabbed farmers. With every other political commentary in this show and outside suggests that the Aam Aadmi Party is ideologically agnostic. When you hunt with the hare and run with the hounds at the same point of time. You adopt policies when you need to adopt them, then you take a stand with farmers. Now you need to win Ludhiana by polls, so therefore you are cracking down on farmers. After the polls, you will try and stand right next to the farmers again.
Preeti ji, the person who were directly involved in bringing the 3 black laws are sitting on the channel and blaming other political parties for no reasons. They were the one who signed the farmer bill, which was anti-farmers. The Shromani Akali Dal was the part of the central government at that time. Now they are blaming us that we are against farmers and we are trying to do something for Ludhiana election. This is not the truth. The truth is something else. Why the center or the Congress? I will rather ask the question. The Congress gentleman very clearly said, having 99 MPs, they have never raised the voice of farmers either in Lok Sabha, not even one of them. And Aam Aadmi Party member parliament are directly on daily basis are saying for the farmers. They have never said why they were sleeping for so much time. At the same time, Shromani Akali Dal, which was the part of the central leadership, has never said anything to them that rather bringing the laws. At that time, their chief minister, ex-chief minister Sardar Prakash Singh Badal, Sukhbir Singh Badal used to say, and the minister in the center, which was food processing minister, their Biba ji, Harsimrat Badal, she said these laws are very good. And then they take the U-turn that no, these laws are bad. And now they are lecturing us. I just want to say one thing through your channel, Preeti ji. We are right now also standing with the farmers. We are fighting for their, whatever their demands are genuine. Whatever their demands are from the center, it is genuine. But at the same time, the Rural Development Fund, which was given by the center, has been stopped. The GST has been stopped. The medical aid has been stopped. But at the same time, we cannot stop the traders. We cannot stop the business. We cannot stop the entry of the people to Punjab. We want to make Rang.
I'm going to come back to you. Mr. Ahluwalia, I'll come back to you. Let me go to Mr. Brar and our other guests, because there are other questions as well. You have criticized the bulldozer policy of the UP government. You've adopted it in Punjab. What's the difference, sir? I'll come right back. I want to get in Mr. Ravneet Singh Brar back into this conversation. Ravneet Singh Brar, do you agree with the Aam Aadmi Party that number one, they have assisted you, they have stood by you, but now there are demands of other people who live in Punjab, especially the traders who want, open passage, number one. Number two, your grouses with the center, take it to the center. Why are you, getting your angst and fielding it on the roads of Punjab?
See, ma'am, I want to answer one by one. So, first of all, we don't have any personal grudges with any government. Whatever we are doing is just for the people of Punjab, for the labourers, for the farmers, and our demands are totally justified. As it was said earlier by our respected Mr. CM, even Mr. Ahluwalia will be on my side on this thing. They used to say their demands are very well and very justified. We stand by them. So now what happened? So second thing, we were not blocking the roads. We were heading towards our national capital as we were heading to our state capital, Chandigarh. But who blocked us? The people standing on the other side of the border, that was Haryana government. And who blocked us to Chandigarh? It was the government of Punjab. So what we are portraying and what we are doing is two different things. कहनी और कथनी में बहुत ज्यादा फर्क आ रहा है मैम. कहा जा रहा है मैं किसानों के साथ हूं. अगर आप किसानों के साथ हो तो किसानों की बात सेंटर तक आपने लेके जानी थी. हुआ क्या? इफ किसान इतने खुश होते 3 सालों में तो किसान आज रोड पे क्यों होता? They would be sitting at their houses and they would be happy. गवर्नमेंट ने हमारे साथ जो वादे किए, एक भी वादा फुलफिल नहीं किया. एक फार्मर की एक एग्रीकल्चर पॉलिसी आनी थी जो पहले 6 महीनों में आनी थी। मैम, इट हैज बीन इन बुक्स सिंस 3 years। जो हमारा लोन वेवर था उसकी बात की गई थी, केजरीवाल साहब ने भी की थी, उसके बारे में कोई बात नहीं की जाती। सो व्हेन इट कम्स टू आवर डिमांड्स, दे आर जस्ट इन द वर्ड्स और इन द स्पीचेस। On the ground, nothing is done for the farmers or the laborers. That's why we are sitting on roads. We don't have any habit, or we are not in mood of sitting on the roads. That is because हमें कुछ मिल नहीं रहा, इसी वजह से जो हमारी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है वो भी उतनी लायबिलिटी है उसकी जितनी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की है।
So both the center and the state, nobody has delivered. Even the promises that were made for the protest to be lifted, where the farm protest was concerned, none of those promises have been delivered, is what the farm leaders are saying. Therefore, 3 years down, they are still on the roads. Smith Singh Man, in midst of all of this, the likes of the Congress, the likes of the Shiromani Akali Dal, is being charged with trying to milk the situation politically, because you are not helming the government in Punjab. You want to politically exploit, because it's a catch-22 situation for the government in Punjab. Do they stand by the farmers or the traders in Punjab?
See, I think first of all, I have to call the lie of Ahluwalia ji. There's a parliamentary standing committee on agriculture, animal husbandry and food processing. Our former Chief Minister of Punjab for Congress, Charanjit Channi ji, is chairperson of that. It has tabled a report in the parliament in the last session giving MSP to all crops, legal guarantee of MSP, loan waiver. Along with that, in fact, on 18th of March, he tabled another report which says that even small farmers, for 10 to 15% of destruction of their crop, they will get crop insurance. It even has multiple policies how government can solve the present impasse. Congress party in its Lok Sabha manifesto was very clear. We want to set up a national commission for loan waiver. We want the legal guarantee of MSP. We want a statutory status for agriculture cost and pricing commission. And Brad Saab will agree with me, because it is Congress former Chief Minister Channi ji's committee report which has multiple times been used by Taliban Saab and other SKM leaders in writing to Modi ji in the central government that this should be implemented. It is signed by 30 MPs and placed in the parliament. What has the Aam Aadmi Party done? Number two, coming on the U-turns of the Aam Aadmi Party. See, it is known for lying and U-turns. They are continually trying to do that. Now, what I want to ask them is, their last meeting of Bhagwant Mann ji with Amit Shah ji, what was discussed? Is there an alliance between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP coming? Because as the Akali Dal is going down, BJP is asking the Aam Aadmi Party to do the same tactics which were they using Akali Dal for.
Okay.
And now, is the liquor scam? Are they getting out of the liquor scam with this after going?
So you're just saying it's behind the scenes. There's a nexus building between the AAP and the BJP. What the BJP couldn't get through the Shiromani Akali Dal, they are trying to get through the Aam Aadmi Party. Respond to that, Mr. Grewal.
This is not correct, Preeti. The fact is that Mr. AAP representative, I think, doesn't know that after partition, if anybody made any sacrifice for Punjab is Akali Dal, its minister resigned when the bill was brought to the parliament and we voted against that bill. What they have done, they sat in Dharna of the farmers when they were on Delhi border. Their chief minister kept one day fast and appealed to all workers. And what is his statement, what has been played on the other channel? जब तक फार्मर बॉर्डर पे बैठेंगे हम इनके साथ हैं. What happened? What happened? I think they are playing a very divisive politics which is going to damage Punjab. The way they are playing. It is there.
Okay. So divisive politics is the charge. Mr. Ahluwalia, you have 1 minute to answer. And these are grave charges. That today you are standing against the farmers. The minute Ludhiana by-polls will happen, you will again skip over on the other side. But people are now catching on to the double speak of the AAP is what the charge is.
No, Preeti Chaudhary ji, there is one simple question. Whether Congress or Shomni Akali Dal wants us to open roads, yes or no? Whether they want the Punjab to be the Rangla Punjab, yes or no? Are they standing with the farmers, yes or no? The simple things. Why I am saying this? The Congress was a political party, was in power when the farmer bills came. Out of their, how many, including the chief minister at that time, out of them, how many were there present in the dharna at Delhi? How many? They went there for days. We were there. We were with the farmers. We are right now with the farmers. But that doesn't mean that we doesn't open the main roads. The Shromani Akali Dal very clear. Their minister has
30 seconds,
clearly
Okay,
signed on the
Mr. Ahluwalia, you've said this
They're-
before.
they're-
Before I go into a quick break, because I've run out of time, let me ask the question which I had asked you earlier, sir. Use of bulldozers. The Aam Aadmi Party was an open critique of the bulldozer policy of Yogi Adityanath.
So
They are liars.
Preeti Chaudhary ji, madam, very clearly has said the use of bulldozers, whether Congress or Shromani Akali Dal or even the farmer unions doesn't want that Punjab should be drug free, because Shromani Akali Dal in 2007 was the main culprit for launching all these kinds of nashas in Punjab. They were the main
You are
culprits,
sorry to interrupt.
and
Sorry
they-
to interrupt.
and they
Mr.
now
Kejriwal,
Okay, I'm reaching the end of
apologize
this
to Mr.
debate. I apologize. I need to pull out, sir. We're going to have this conversation in days to come. I appreciate all four of you for joining us. But, Mr. Ahluwalia, the fact is also that, yes, nobody wants a drug-laden Punjab. Nobody wants the kind of Punjab that Punjab was turning out into be where drugs was concerned. But always I would think, at least I'm taking what the Aam Aadmi Party said earlier, and they said that it was constitutionally not correct to use bulldozers without proper investigation, without, even that the person whose house you run the bulldozer on has been proven as guilty before all of that. That's my simple submission on the U-turn there. But we're going to keep a keen eye on all developments in Punjab. 2021, an 11-year-old girl in Kasganj, Uttar Pradesh. Two men grabbed her breasts, tore her pajama strings, dragged her under a culvert. The girl was screaming. Passers-by hear and come to the rescue. The two men, Pawan and Akash, fled. Pawan and Akash were initially summoned by the trial court on charges of attempt to rape under POCSO Act. After they challenged the trial court, summons before the Allahabad court, Justice Ram Manohar Narayan Mishra on 17th March altered the charges from attempt to rape to aggravated sexual assault under POCSO. The Allahabad High Court has ruled the actions like grabbing breasts or snapping pajama strings does not constitute rape or attempt to rape, but can be considered aggravated sexual assault, a comparatively lesser charge than attempt to rape. In an order that has now drawn sharp criticism and baffled many, even calling for the Supreme Court's intervention, the Allahabad High Court has drawn a distinction between the preparation stage and actual attempt in case of rape allegations. The ruling has led to massive outrage, with many raising questions about the selection of judges. Senior lawyer Indira Jaisingh flagged the order and said in a post on X, requires suo motu action by Supreme Court. Judges have been pulled up for much less by Supreme Court. Many have posted on social media questioning if these acts don't show intention to rape, then what does? Raising a larger question on the state of India's judiciary. We are appalled, my lord, with your interpretation of attempt to rape. Top focus on To The Point this evening. At the back of that story, there are certain questions that need to be asked. Is there an urgent need now for gender sensitization where the judiciary is concerned? Is there clearly, which is an underrepresentation of women in courts, and is that somewhere down the line affecting gender justice? Holding judges accountable, not undermining judiciary, but strengthening it. Let's take these questions right now to our guest this evening, Karuna Nandi, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, joining us, as well as Brinda Dige, women rights activist. Karuna Nandi, with what, the kind of uproar we've seen at the back of the story, what is the way out? Because it's a little baffling where you snap the pajama string, even that doesn't constitute attempt to rape. Then what constitutes attempt to rape? Are we, who are laymen when it comes down to legal jargon, somewhere down the line missing the interpretation of rape? Or truly, did the High Court judge interpret attempt to rape in a very bizarre fashion?
If you drag a child into a culvert and you grab her breasts and take her pajama drawstring off, before even beginning the trial, to say that this was not an attempt to rape is frankly bizarre. But I also want to point out a number of other problems with this judgment. If you look at the language and the mixture of Hindi and English, and it's in some places, impossible to understand what the judge is trying to say, then that, just for lack of clarity, is a real problem. But a much bigger problem is the fact that the judge failed to notice that due to the fact that this is a sexual crime and covered by the by the IPC section 166A, which says that you have to register an FIR in such a case, that it can't be a complaint case, right? And allowed it to proceed as a complaint case is a travesty. Because the reason that provision is there is because in a complaint case, it's just up to in this case, the mother and the child to bring all the evidence and to persuade the court that this crime actually happened. In such sexual crimes, the police, on pain of being prosecuted themselves, are required to register the FIR. And the reason is this, because it is a crime against the state. When there is a rapist or an attempted rapist or any other, this kind of sexual crime, then the police has to investigate and find out what actually happened, rather than just going on what having the victim trying to gather all the evidence together, rather than just the onus only being go and complain to the state, right? So this judgment is a travesty in multiple ways, and most prominently in attempting to set precedent that when in such facts that it could not be an attempt to rape, when the existence of intention, etc., would be a matter of trial. Why didn't he just let it go to trial? This is a bad judgment. We need strong action in such cases, and I hope it follows.
Brinda Adige, I want to get you in, and it's a question I'd like to ask Karuna Nandi as well, because we just want to give out some details in terms of gender representation when it comes down to the Indian judiciary. Till now, there have only been 11 women judges. We're going to put those graphics out, and I would think that in itself is appalling, and possibly that's why gender justice also suffers. Not that men can't deliver gender justice, but to have just more women in the mix, would make a huge difference. We're going to put that graphic out right away. But Brinda Adige, will it also paramount, to getting more women in the Indian judiciary?
Yes,
can we get the graphic out first? Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. So, Preeti, that is very, very important that they have 50% or more women in the judiciary at all levels. We are looking at not only judges and magistrates, but also at the prosecution level and at every other level. But that said, let us place on record that we have also found some women judges who've come up there making bizarre orders and judgments. The issue here is there is a law, and the law is to be understood by everybody in letter and spirit. And the matter comes before the court. Now, how can a judge decide, out of the blue on his or her own that this doesn't constitute? There is a definition given. Now, you must at least follow with that definition. And of course, you can elaborate further on the definition if it is in the interest of the victim survivor and the case. But here, this judge has gone all out somewhere else. He has his own understanding. I just can't say it is simply patriarchal, but it goes beyond that, where he feels that the two perpetrators did all of these things. And in fact, in my Twitter also, I have asked, what would he do if this happened to a member of his family? What is it that is running through his mind when he gave a statement of that nature in various languages in that one sentence and that order itself? Did he even think that he is bringing culprits to justice or not? And like Madam Nandi pointed out, why haven't you allowed this to go to trial? Why haven't you allowed the police to do their investigation and present their forensic evidence over there? Why is all of the procedures not followed? Now, you can't be the one and only that yours is the final word. Follow the procedures. If you're not following the procedures, who are you accountable to? So the Constitution should not be respected at all. And the citizen who has brought the case forward should not be given any kind of justice as per the law. So this is not only about women coming there. We want a lot of women, but both men and women need to be trained. For some reason, judges think that they are beyond training. And that is the problem.
It's not just judges feel that they're beyond training. And Karuna Nandi, maybe you can, weigh in on this, because judges are, considered the holy grail. You really can't question them and what they say. And with what, many have even pointed out, especially on social media, because social media is abuzz with that, judges have been pulled up by the Supreme Court for far little. And this is huge. So what is it that you put a system in place where you don't see judgments like that?
There have been various attempts to put such systems in place. For example, you had the handbook that was issued by the Supreme Court. And so that's one attempt. Another attempt is where some of us have been invited, on various occasions by the National Judicial Academy and by the Delhi Judicial Academy to train judges. And, in such circumstances, for example, we give various scenarios, and the only difference is the interpretation of the consent. And sometimes we see varying answers, but after the workshop, there are sort of aha moments, and there's a kind of understanding of, and there's, everyone is much more on the same page in terms of how to interpret the law. I think at the very outset, when judges are appointed or promoted, I really wish that we had some kind of competence evaluation with regard to the protected category, how they deal with, because judges come from society, right? And law is a corrective in that sense. So if there is crime in society, there's huge prejudice, there's misogyny, there's casteism, there's communalism. The law and judges enforcing the law are meant to be a corrective for all of this. Now, if they don't correct for all of this, it's only going to make the coercion even much worse. So therefore, I wish that at the stage of appointing or promoting a person to the High Court, that there would be an interview and indeed a test to understand how is it that you apply the law. Do you think women tend to lie? Do you think that Dalit people don't deserve the protections that they have, for example, under the SC/ST Act, and therefore do you not apply that? Do you think that laws with regard to communalism should not be applied the way they is? Because the judge's job is really to apply the law and to interpret it in line with the Constitution. So I really think that these evaluations should happen, and these evaluations should happen from time to time. Okay. But let us not forget that there is a appeals process, and this, I really hope, will go up to the Supreme Court. And indeed, I do think that the Supreme Court should ideally take suo motu cognizance of this judgment, because it is egregious, and make pass, give at the very least, require this judge to go to training again at the National Judicial.
Brinda Diga, just going to get a quick word in, because it does seem somewhere down the line, gender justice repeatedly, especially because this is the High Court, the lower courts sometimes are far more appalling, is completely lost in the interpretation of the law.
You're absolutely right. It is lost in the interpretation of the law, but the interpretation must also be within the ambit of law. You can't simply interpret something out of the blue. That's what I said. It has to go beyond that law, which might have been, formulated 20, 30 years ago, and it today probably requires a little more understanding. Now, I would like to add to what Madam Nandi also pointed out, is that none of the judges have anything called as a performance evaluation based on the judgments that they give. It's all we speak about it, and we crib about it, and we are appalled about it, but that's it, because there's nothing at stake for them. Nothing. And so it is important that the Supreme Court also bring these things. They must be held accountable. Simple.
Fair point. You know, we're going to leave it at that. I appreciate both of you for joining us, because I think it's time we really start questioning the kind of bizarre judgments, egregious, bizarre, appalling, whatever one might say, because there seems to be an apprehension in questioning it. Even in the morning when we were in the newsroom discussing the story, many of us like, but can you question this judgment? How much, you know, where all can you go? What's the limit that, you know, you need to stop before you say anything where this judgment is concerned? But we leave it at that. Thank you for joining us.